Hi everyone. In this video we're going to talk about the change of base formula for logarithms. So what I've done is I've already written our formula up here, and in this formula, in the form we're using it, we're thinking about if we were in log base a, so if I had a logarithm with some base a and I want to convert to a logarithm that has base b, I can use this formula here. Okay, so as we're doing this, we're always going to think about this. We're going to convert from base A, so that's the base that we are currently in, and we're going to convert to base B. And so we're going to use this formula. Now, just to talk about this formula a little bit, we actually need this formula when we get to calculus. So this course that we're in right now is pre-calculus, and we're going to talk about derivatives when we get to calculus, and this is an important formula. So if you're going to determine what the derivative of a general logarithm is, we're going to use this formula. So it is important for later on, but for more pre-calculus matter, this formula, what it tells us is if I'm going to use the logarithm as a tool, I can choose whatever base that I want. So if I ever have to convert, so if I chose to use the natural logarithm and then all of a sudden later on down the road I really wanted it to be in base 2, there is a way for me to convert from a given base to a different one. So as I'm going along with my computations, I can really choose whatever base logarithm I want, and if I have to convert back later on, then I can do that. So all I want to do is run through one quick example. So what we can do is see how that might play out. So in the example here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have us take a logarithm and change the base, so we're going to convert to natural log. Okay, so we're going to take a logarithm that they give us, and here's our directions is going to be convert to natural log. And what we have to remember is that natural log, we know natural log is this, right? So it's ln of x. So this is natural log. Right? So here's our question. So I'm going to give us a logarithm, log base 2. Right? So here's log base 2 of 27. And I want to convert this into natural log. So what I have is right now I have a base 2. So I'm over here, and this is my a. So I'm converting from base 2 into base e, which is the base of our natural log. Okay, so what I need to know here is this a is 2, and my x is 27, and my b is going to be the base of the natural log, which is e. All right, so instead of writing log base b here, I'm going to write ln for my natural log. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to set this up. All right, so instead of jumping right to natural log, let's put in what we want here. Okay, so we get this kind of structure, and I sort of have 3 spots that I have to fill in, and the spots are here, right? So I'm going to have to put something at the base of these logarithms. I'm going to have to put something in for my numerator. I'm going to have to put something in for my denominator. Okay, so if I come over here, I'm converting from base 2 into base e. So the new base that I want goes here. So it's going to be base e. Right, so I put that here. That's the new base that I want. And that came from my natural log, which is right here. Now, I have to think to myself, in this formula, this a right here was the original base of my logarithm, so that's 2. And look, it goes down here. The a goes down here in the denominator. So when I look for what's going to go in the denominator, I take this, and it's going to come down over here. So this would be 2. And when I want what's in my numerator in the red, I look at what's my input, and that goes up here. So that would be 27. All right, so putting this all together, Log base e, we write that as natural log, so it's ln of 27 divided by ln of 2. Right, so if I had this original logarithm over here, log base 2 of 27, and I want to convert it into natural log, I would use this fraction right here. So log base 2 of 27 is the same as natural log of 27 divided by the natural log of 2. So if you find yourself with an old calculator, so I know that especially in schools there's a lot of old calculators floating around, so some of them don't actually have different bases of logarithms. They only have log base 10 and natural log. So if you find yourself in a situation where you have one of those old calculators, you're going to need this process to evaluate some logarithms. Anyways, I hope this helps, and I'll see you next time.